Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel. So today's video, we're going to talk about the NYC private sector mandate mandated by Dickface de Blasio, right? So the shitbag mayor who is on his way out of office as of December 31st, the stroke of midnight into January 1st, he is out of office. Doesn't change the fact that this piece of shit is being a piece of shit right to the very last day. Today, he had mandated that all private sectors, businesses that is, have their employees vaccinated if they work in the office. So I guess if they work from home, they're excluded from that. So, I mean, I guess that's a good thing because my wife works from home, but that still doesn't change the fact that he is screwing over, I think, over 100,000 employees who still didn't want the shot, or the vaccine, rather. So he is, guys, listen, he is, like I said before, wrecking the city and worried about the wrong things. He is sitting here looking at the numbers of this Omicron, which is only 8 people who in New York City have it. And that's 7 here in the city and 1 out on Long Island. And instead of focusing on crime, which is running rampant, we had a kid here in downtown, which is not too much downtown, but you could probably see the park from here. So the park is like right behind me. And the kid gets robbed and stabbed and killed, and it's all over the news, right? This Columbia College student. And he was kind of old for a student. He was like 30 years old. Still not the point. Point is, this guy gets killed. It's a high-profile case. Another guy gets stabbed in that same incident from the same guy, and he's worried about 8 cases of Omicron. We have hundreds, if not thousands, of people being killed, beaten, assaulted, some kind of crime committed on them here in New York City, and he's worried about the 8 cases. So he says, we are taking a preemptive strike, and we are going to mandate private sector businesses to have their employees get vaccinated. With that, there is some pushback. Believe it or not, there are actual politicians here in the city who are pissed that he blindsided them with this news, because I guess they weren't in the circle. I mean, none of us ever are, at least citizens here in New York City, but these people were out, and so they're pissed, I guess, that they were out more than it's about the mandate. But the businesses are pissed as well because they didn't see this coming, and to boot, he's only given them a couple of days to get them vaccinated, which is by December 27th. After December 27th, either they're going to start levying fines and they have to start firing people. It's one of the two. So these people are ultimately pissed off that he dropped his hammer. And a lot of people are saying, why doesn't he just let Adams handle this? Eric Adams, who's the new mayor of New York City, why doesn't he let this handle this? Instead, de Blasio's doing everything under the sun to mandate the shot. He mandated it for school workers just the other day. And I think that was like for private schools and shit like that, and Catholic schools, religious schools, sorry. He mandated that all the teachers get vaccinated. That was just a couple days ago, and then he dropped this bomb. He is undoubtedly going to drop the school-age kids getting vaccinated, mandating that before he leaves. I had this feeling before their winter break, which is December 24th, Christmas Eve. It actually starts December 24th. Sorry, their last day is the 23rd here in New York City. He's probably going to try to mandate that. I could see him mandating this. And then we already spoke about it. The kids are getting pulled out of school as soon as he mandates it. Now, if he mandates this, he's only going to have till the 23rd to get these kids vaccinated, because after that, they don't go back to school till like January 3rd or 4th. I think it's 4th or 5th of January of next year, these kids go back to school. So he can mandate it all he wants. Eric Adams could turn it around. Now, one of the reasons why they don't is because they feel like a lot of the kids, parents don't want their kids having this, especially in the black community. So if you don't want to exclude black folks, well then you have to leave that alone. That's why I don't think he addressed it sooner. But because he's looking to fuck the city up, I think he's going to throw that out there. So December 15th, which is in 9 days, he's going to have guidelines for businesses on what to do, how to implement, and how to enforce. And then I guess he has to come up with some kind of enforcement team as well. I mean, think about it, guys. There are hundreds of thousands of private sector businesses here in New York City. How are you going to focus on all of those businesses and make sure that all of their employees are vaccinated? And then what kind of fines are you going to levy against them? he does the impossible and he does the stupidest moves known to man. I mean, the guy's a fucking moron. The guy's a piece of shit. He's the worst fucking cancer since cancer itself. If fucking the next cancer that riddles the body, that kills me, I'm gonna call it de Blasio, because that is what he's doing to the city, and that's what he's doing to people's livelihood. Instead of just leaving well enough alone, he overshoots, or rather, he overreacts, because of 8 cases of Omicron, which in all 8 cases are mild. Here's a kick in the nuts with the Omicron, guys. Every last one of those people were vaccinated, fully vaccinated, and a few of them had their booster shots recently. So Georgia Pistana, which is the City Corporation Council, said this: the Commissioner of Health has the authority to issue a mandate like this to protect the public health, and his authority to do that has been upheld time and again. The trouble that Biden administration ran into in court doesn't really apply here. So they studied what happened to Biden and said, we got to work around. And that's exactly what they did. The one thing they failed to realize is that you're still putting people's constitutional rights at sorts, because that was the same thing that happened to Biden, constitutional rights. Yes, public health does play a role. I have to agree to some extent, to be responsible, that public health does play a role. But if you're going to play the public health card, then you got to do a hell of a lot more than worry about a variant. You have to worry about, for example, the smog behind me downtown with the cars, if you want to start there. You want to start about these factories in Jersey, all over the country, all over the world, polluting the air. If you want to talk about health, let's talk about health. But let's not pick and choose where we want to go with this. Another thing that de Blasio just did today, or rather, yes, today, was that he also announced that anyone 12 and older needs to have 2 shots to enjoy the city nightlife. Rather, the city's, nightlife. So if you want to go to a restaurant, you want to go to a movie theater, bowling alley, you have to have 2 shots in you if you're 12 and older. If you're 5 to 11, you have to have 1 shot in you as of December 14th. So a 5-year-old has to have 1 shot in them to go to a fucking movie theater here in New York City, or to go to some venue or a restaurant or eat indoors. This is what this piece of shit's doing in his last hours of being mayor. Now, according to data here in New York City, 70% of New York City has been vaccinated. So with this mandate coming in, we're definitely going to hit 80-85% of city residents being vaccinated. After you get to the 80 percentile, it should be left alone. Everything should be left alone, but they don't want that. This asshole mayor, in his weirdo make-believe world of he is, king of I'm doing everything right, protecting the public, wanted 100% vaccination rate. In what fucking world do you live in where you think 100% of the population is going to get vaccinated? I mean, where the fuck do people actually get off saying that they can get this done? Now, yes, in Israel, they got it done. Well, they got close to 100%, but they're not at 100%. Nobody is at 100%. Now, Gibraltar, which is Spain, they said that they were at 112%. I guess because of the people from outside of the country that actually come into work. This guy is definitely just a fucking clown. He's worse than a clown, guy. He is worse than a clown. But he's going to be out of office. And so whatever he does next, I am making it my personal fucking business, because now I'm out of work, to destroy whatever he does next. If he thinks he's going to run for governor, I'm going to be up his ass destroying his governor race. If he decides that he wants to run for Senate or something, I will be fucking destroying that. I will be in his fucking face everywhere he goes, destroying him. That'll be my personal mission. And I am 1,000% sure I can have a couple people join in on this, because fuck him. He wants to sit there and wreck lives, but not worry about lives that are being lost out in the streets. People are actually getting killed, guys. People are getting robbed and knifed to death. People are getting beat up, pushed in the train tracks. People are fucking losing their livelihoods for bullshit, but people are losing their lives for even less. And he's not worried about that. All right, guys, so this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel. You can like and subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on the Angry Prepper channel and the Angry Lensman channel. And guys, I also have a NYC Preppers Network channel. That is for the group I run here in New York City. When we do Zoom meetings, I put those Zoom meetings on there. If you guys are looking to see what the group is about, check out the Zoom meetings on NYC Preppers Network's YouTube channel. All right, guys, other than that, thank you for watching.